you so much for having me on your amazing soiree. It's a real privilege to be with you. And I'm so excited that people are going to join from all around the world for this. It's incredible. I was diagnosed with dyslexia at the age of 14. I was struggling a lot at school and particularly with reading and studying in general, being organized. Something I still struggle with today is getting organized. But anyway, having that diagnosis made such a difference. And nowadays, 14 seems quite late because many people have diagnoses much younger. But I guess most people don't ever get a diagnosis and never realize that they have dyslexia. So I feel really fortunate to have had that assessment and to have then been able to get the support I needed to get me through school, pass my exams, go on to university, and eventually set up a business of my own. So, it's been a fantastic learning journey. And, I never planned to work in the world of dyslexia at all. It just, life sometimes goes full circle. And I have to say, I don't think there's anything else I would rather be doing now than doing something that helps support people to get a better start in life and to help reach their aspirations, reach their goals. And I think by supporting more young people and adults to get on with life and to make progress, to succeed, I think that's a fantastic thing. So I'm really lucky to be doing something I enjoy. About 17 years ago, just after the dot-com bubble burst, I was looking for a job. The business I was working for had closed, and a lot of people who were working in the new kind of internet revolution found themselves, without work. And someone introduced me to a company which made pen scanners, and they were looking for a partner in the UK. And I decided that this would be a great path to follow. And they already had a pen called the Reading Pen, and it was a little portable device that supported someone to independently read words on their own. And for many years, myself and my business partner thought, we could get some better technology. And about 7 years ago, we approached a Swedish company called C-Pen, and we worked with them to develop this little portable scanner. And it's got a little speaker and a headset, and you just run it over words and it reads aloud to you. So it just gives people that independence to be reading on their own. They're not relying on another adult. And so the last 5 or 6 years, we've had great fun with this new modern technology, which is fast and effective. And we've opened up offices in America, in Florida, and in Canada, Australia, India. And I've been to the last 4 of your fantastic conferences, which I just love. They're such fun and such a great vibe, getting everyone together from the IDAs and people flying from across the world for them. So, I've loved just meeting people and being a part of your community, the IDA community, for the last few years. We've done a lot around this hashtag we've founded, which is called Succeed with Dyslexia. We're really proud about putting a positive slant on dyslexia and, hearing people's stories and sharing ideas. Particularly around dyslexia, assistive technology, pushing for, diagnosis at an early age is something everyone in the dyslexia community is all about, really, because it's so important that our young people find out early that they've got dyslexia. So 2 years ago, we started noticing that there were various campaigns going on around the world, in Australia and America, some of the IDAs and decodings, and also in Canada, that some of the parent groups were using the color red to try and reclaim it. The children had perhaps seen it on their homework or schoolwork, and they found that the color red was, always used to cross things out. And so these parent groups decided that, I think it started around 2012 in the States, they decided that they wanted to reclaim the color red in a fun, positive way. And so they made red clothing, they lit buildings red. And anyway, last year we decided for the first time, let's try and bring some organizations together and make it even bigger. So we started getting buildings in the UK, which is where I'm based, and in India, and we supported some campaigns in Oregon and other parts of North America. And it's sort of built towards this year where it's been amazing. We've got now 40 or 50 associations around the world who have joined this campaign to come together, particularly with COVID going on. You know, a lot of communities have been really hard hit and education has been absolutely devastated. And you know, the IDA and the British Dyslexia Association and other organizations have just felt it's a great time to let's come together a bit and let's support the whole dyslexia community, let's raise greater awareness, and let's have a bit of fun at the same time. Well, I think, you know, in some countries, probably like the US and the UK, there's a lot of awareness around dyslexia. But, you know, if you go to some countries like India or in Africa, you know, there's still very little knowledge of dyslexia and very little awareness. And there still comes quite a lot of stigma associated with your child having dyslexia or, you know, having, you know, issues with reading and struggling. And so I think by making a bigger noise, by making a bigger splash, which is what has happened, you know, that there's been, you know, hundreds of people coming together, doing, you know, baking cakes, you know, drawing pictures. My children's school, and I didn't even encourage it today. Children, you know, 2/3 of the children turned up in red, and I've seen so many pictures of people doing red things this month, and it's just really fun and exciting that the community is coming together. And I think a lot of schools, but particularly in I don't know, maybe the US and UK, but also other countries, I think there's really a much bigger knowledge than there was a few years ago about dyslexia. And I think that you'll always find teachers who are willing to go the extra mile and spread the word and say, look, this is a really important campaign. You know, we need to get people better with their literacy rates and being able to read. You know, reading is only one part of dyslexia, of course, but it really goes to the heart of everything. You know, if you struggle with reading, you can't access so much of your curriculum. And you know, I'm in the world of assistive technology, as you know, and I would always advocate for getting out there, trying as much as you can to find solutions for yourself. Technology is a great enabler. It's not the only solution. You know, great teaching and great support from your family helps as well, but technology can really help make you independent, managing on your own and getting on with your life. And you know, I still come across quite a lot of even university students who have got human readers reading to them on quite a regular basis. We need to try and get at a younger age children using technology on their computer, on their phones. You know, first of all, I'm going to say I am dyslexic, but I'm no great expert in how to remediate and all the rest. I'm happy to offer my personal advice and guidance. But you know, from what I hear, just getting early diagnosis for those teachers to have more tuition when they're in teaching school and about dyslexia and about the signs to watch out for, because you can actually spot it at a pretty young age now. And the one thing I've come away from all the IDA conferences is that if we catch the student young enough, we can help them. And you know, I've been to a few of these dyslexia schools, which are just fabulous in the States, and they push the students back into the mainstream schools by the time they're sort of 12, 13 years old. And I think that is just admirable. These children who came into the school struggling much harder with their studies than their peer group are being pushed back out of that school and are going back into mainstream education, able to function at the same level as those students. And so I guess the dream is that all students would have the opportunity to be tested at a young age and then to get the necessary support that they need. And you know, there is this whole thing about, you know, if you go on to high school and you're still struggling with reading, you know, there's huge chances you're going to drop out and it's not going to be a successful, you know, few years for you. And you know, we know that there's a school to prison pipeline. You know, let's crush that pipeline. Let's get these kids the support they need. You know, these kids have done nothing wrong. They don't deserve to not have the opportunities like everyone else. Let's get them the support they need and you know, get them into their high schools, you know, firing on all cylinders and with the tools they need to achieve everyday learning.
Look at that.
Amazing. Fabulous.
You are the first recipient. We're going to unofficially announce you the first recipient for the lip service, lip sync, total movement, no longer a competition because we don't need to compete. And you've gotten your trophy, you've got a little bit of lip service going on, and look at what's inside. This is so exciting. This is what I spent like my whole day doing. Boxing up, look at what's in there.
Look at that, and flashing lights.
Yes.
That's what we need.
Exactly.
Oh,
So,
I'm over the moon. Thank you so much
you're
for
very
that
welcome.
honor.
This is very presenting to you virtually. However, we're going to make sure you get a box. And this is, of course, Go Red. And I don't know if you know, but we're also doing, we talked about the international piece. We're doing a spotlight on Baltimore. And we had one of Baltimore's own artists do a, take the invitation to the Baltimore event.
Nice.
But he then turned it into artwork.
Cool. Yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it? Beautiful.
Isn't that nice? Lauren Cornish is very well known. He's in the Smithsonian Museum. He's
No
in
way.
the Jewish Museum. He's in the Reginald Lewis Museum. So he's very well known. And he is giving this to us in order to give out to those who support us. So we are very excited. This is going to be a great event, Jack. We are so excited to be a part of the Go Red campaign, and Scanning Pens is just sort of leading that, leading this. This is awesome. We are excited to have you as the sponsor for the international segment, as we are going to globe trot around. We're going to go to, how many countries are we going to, Jack? Tell me. You're sending us. Tell us.
Dozens of countries, let's put it like that.
Dozens.
So,
what are some of the
countries.
favorite ones we're gonna visit? Just give us just a little sneak peek.
I'm just sure we're gonna cross from Europe to Africa to Asia and maybe even to Australia. So
and I love that.
That covers most of a lot of the world, I think. So but can I just say I'm so grateful to you. That's such a fabulous award. I'm absolutely over the moon. Thank you so